Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be giving you 10 tips on how to know that someone is a fake friend. So, I decided to make this video because, for whatever reason, I was thinking of this old friend that I have. Well, I used to have, we're not friends anymore, and remembering him made me think of everything to look out for in what not to be okay with in a friendship, or signs to look out for that someone's not really your friend. So, with that being said, I'm going to give you 10 tips that hopefully will prove to be helpful. Because honestly, I'm really just trying to help, you know, people out there who don't really know if their friends are real friends, or maybe they're questioning certain things that their friends do or certain things their friends say. So I'm here to help you make your decision about whether or not you should keep certain friends. So I created a list, which is why you might see me looking down every now and then, just because I want to kind of stay on track with what I say and not say too much or forget some things. So yeah, with that being said, the first tip that someone is a fake friend is that they will cancel plans all the time. So, going back to this friend that I had, well, ex friend, he would do this all the time. You know, sometimes I would make plans, sometimes I would reach out to him to make plans, other times he would reach out to me to make plans, and sometimes he did come through. But more often than not, he would be canceling and rescheduling and then canceling on the rescheduled plans, and sometimes he would even cancel day of. So it just, you really have to think, okay, if this person has done this more than X amount of times, it's time to cut them off. And why I say X amount of times is because everybody has their personal limit to what they'll handle, to what they'll think is okay, or an okay number of times to cancel. But for me, it's 3 times. And I'm not talking about, each of the 3 times. It was a valid and good excuse, but I mean, like, if it's just they cancel and there's no explanation as to why, or they're lying about why they're canceling, and it's obvious that they're lying, because of pictures you see on, social media, or, you know, what other people tell you where they are, whatever the case may be. If they cancel for genuine reasons, that's one thing. But if it's obvious that they're just, you know, not interested anymore and they lie to you about it consistently, or, sometimes it can seem that it becomes so much of a pattern that they just make plans to cancel. So if it's like that, I would say they're a fake friend. Or yeah, if they cancel more times than they come through, fake friend, because that also kind of means that they're unreliable, and you don't want a friend that's unreliable. Okay, so tip number 2, because I kind of rambled on that one, but tip number 2 is they never reach out to you. So I think it's obvious, if someone wants to talk to you, they will. If someone wants to hang out with you, they will. And I know people get busy, and that's totally fine. But if they never reach out to you, even to just say hi or to check up on you, see how you're doing, whatever, then it's safe to say they're probably not really your friend. Because even things like holidays, birthdays, I mean, those are the most, obvious ones. If friends don't reach out to you on your birthday of all days, they're not your friend. But just in general, if it seems like you're always reaching out to them, or you're always, questioning how come they're never, you know, reaching out to me, or, you know, creating plans with me, maybe it's time to rethink that friendship. Because if you're important to somebody, they're going to reach out to you. That's it. They're just going to show you. Okay, so tip number 3, they make you pay for everything. So let's say they do come through and you guys do hang out and meet up and all that stuff. But every time you meet up, every time you hang out, they're making you pay, or they're claiming they forgot their wallet or they don't have money or whatever. Then I think it's time to reevaluate your friendship with them, because you know, if it's once every now and then or every so often, or like 50-50, that's fine. But if you're always the one paying the bill, for me that's a deal breaker, because I understand. I mean, everybody can understand, that people maybe this week don't have, their money in order, or this month, or something could have happened, or, and there's a number of reasons why somebody might not have, money to hang out, or to spend extra. And that's fine, but they can let you know beforehand, or meet up somewhere where you don't have to spend money, or meet up when you do have money. It's just little things like that where you know you can still show that you care about somebody and you want to hang out with somebody without making them always pay the bill. Okay, so tip number 4 is they don't make compromises. So if you're hanging out with this person and it seems like you're always doing things they want to do, or they suggest you go somewhere, you hang out somewhere, and you tell them, that's not really my scene, like, can we do something else, for whatever reason, and they're not willing to, compromise or accommodate, what you want to do, at least sometimes, that's a good sign that they don't care about, your likes, your dislikes, and sometimes even your comforts. So I think that's really important as well. Okay, tip number 5 is they consistently leave you out of plans. So let's say you and this person hang out in a group, and or you met in a group, or you're friends with their friends or whatever, and they're always making plans that don't include you, or other people in that group, your other friends who hang out with them, consistently bring up plans that you weren't made aware of. Um, Again, I think that's pretty telling. I mean, you could talk to them, but if it happens all the time, it's a pretty good bet that they don't want you there for whatever reason. So, yeah. Okay, tip number 6 is they don't seem to care about your feelings or listen to you. So, yeah, I think this is an important one. If it seems like they don't care to listen to how you feel, or, you know, listen to you in general about how you're doing, or your day, or, you know, your problems, or what's going on in your life that's getting you down, or anything like that, yeah, it's just not, in my opinion, worth it to have that friend around. Okay, 7th tip is that they talk badly behind your back. I think this one's an obvious one. Um, it's never good when someone talks behind your back, because it just shows that you can't trust them and that they're not honest about how they feel about you. And that's not good energy to have around you. It's really negative, and you can find better friends. You can find friends that actually enjoy your company and like you honestly. Okay, and tip number 8 is, and I think this one could be kind of controversial, but it's again, this is my opinion. But I said that if they date your ex or exes, or they make moves on your boyfriend. So I think both are really important. I mean, especially the boyfriend one, but I think the ex is important as well because even though someone is your ex and, maybe you're not talking to them or, you know, you're not seeing them or you're completely done with them or whatever the case may be, that person is your ex and that's fine. But I think if someone is truly your friend, even though you're not dating them anymore and that's your ex, for me, it's personally a respect thing. Um, if you respect me and our friendship, you're not gonna date my ex. That thought's not even gonna cross your mind. At least for me, I've never wanted to or tried to date any of my friends' exes because to me, it's just, I don't want to do it. It's just a lot. It's bringing a lot of negativity, especially if the breakup ended really badly and your friend knows that. It's just for me, it's a respect thing. You could differ on that, but for me, yeah, it's a no go for me. And then obviously the boyfriend thing, that's pretty clear as to why they would be a fake friend if they make moves on your boyfriend because then that's just a bad friend. That's just a homewrecker. So, yeah, no. Okay, and then tip number 9 is, and this is a very big one, it's very obvious, but some people need reminders, and that is if they are mean or rude to you, or they put you down. Um, I think this one's pretty self-explanatory. If your friend is mean or rude or they constantly put you down, they're not your friend. Because friends should not be doing that. Friends should be lifting you up and bringing positivity, and yeah, that's a friend wouldn't do that. Okay, and then the last tip that I have is that they aren't there for you or they don't support you. I think this is one of the most important things on the list. Because obviously we want to be able to go to our friends. We want to be able to lean on our friends for support and for advice and, a shoulder to cry on, so to speak. And so if you feel like you can't go to your friends when something is wrong, or you can't talk to them about it, or you feel like they're going to reject you, um, yeah, then they're not your friend. You should be able to feel free to share things like that with your friends and share how you feel and let them know that, you know, you need support. And they should be ready to support you. Yeah, I support all my friends. I'm there for all my friends when they need me and vice versa. So I think if you can't rely on your friend to support you and be there for you, then they're not your friend because then who are you going to go to? Right? I mean, if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, then obviously that they're the first person you go to. But if they're not available and your friends don't want to hear what you have to say, then you're just gonna have to suffer through whatever you're suffering alone, and that's never ideal. It's never good. So yeah, I think it's important to have friends that are there for you and listen to you and support you and lift you up and just bring positivity. And if any of your friends don't, or they make you feel less than, or they make you feel like you're begging for their time, then yeah, I think it's time to reevaluate the friendship or have a talk with them or just, you know, slowly start moving away from them because, in 2021, after everything that's happened, I think we don't have time for negative people who don't really want to be there for us, people who don't care about us. So yeah, I hope these tips helped you, and if they didn't, or if you already knew this, well, thanks anyway for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.